How would you describe ISP's technicality in terms of understanding the project inputs, its process, and the final result?
Well, first of all, I'd say I've learned a lot from ISP in terms of the honesty and transparency I get from you in terms of when you ask about project inputs. I've really learned a lot about the different data that we have sent. So primarily we use ISP as a scan to BIM company. So we do scanning, send the data at ISP, and they do modeling. And so I've really learned a lot from the feedback we've gotten from you about the quality of the point clouds and photo documentation that we've sent you. And it's actually really helped us quite a bit to improve our best practices in terms of scanning in the field. So I think we have really improved a lot as scanning techs based upon the feedback that we've gotten from ISP over the years, over the projects. The process is really, well, first of all, I'll just say in terms of turnaround, we've never been disappointed. You know, we have basically gotten the turnaround we've asked for, regardless of whether we're working on a 2,000 square foot house or a 500,000 square foot complex MEP project. We have, you know, we've always had very good transparency with ISP in terms of managing our expectations for how quickly projects are going to be completed. And ISP has always stuck by the dates that they have outlined for us. And so we've never really had issues in terms of turnaround with our projects as far as ISP is concerned. And that's a really big part of our business is, you know, delivering things on time. So that's been really fantastic. And as far as the final result, I mean, the reason that we have been working together for 4 years now is that, you know, the final result almost always matches or exceeds the expectations of the customer. And so because of that, we have really retained most of our accounts over the years, and people are very loyal to us because they know that they're going to get a very, very high quality deliverable. And that's a testament to ISP's consistency and quality. I find that the deliverables are, the standards are very well defined, and the deliverables always match the expectations set in the standard. And that has been huge for us in terms of, you know, having a very consistent deliverable, whereas many of our competitors are very inconsistent in what they're delivering, and I hear that a lot from my partners.
What aspect of the team brings you the greatest sense of satisfaction or happiness?
I think the aspect of the team that brings me the greatest sense of satisfaction and happiness is the collaborative aspect that we've had from the beginning. So, you know, when I met Mitesh, who's the CEO, we just immediately had a great bond with each other and a great sense of camaraderie and partnership, and that we're essentially, you know, two entrepreneurs both making our way in the world and trying to figure out how to make things work in this rapidly changing world. And so there's been a lot of flexibility. There's been a lot of give and take back and forth over the years in terms of the quality of the work, the pricing of the work, and there's just been a lot of flexibility and a lot of listening on the part of ISP, listening to our concerns and our needs to grow the service in certain ways, and a lot of flexibility and adoption of these changes over the years. And that has been fantastic. And I just feel like, you know, it's always an open dialogue with ISP in terms of what we need to do and how we can accomplish that. And I never feel as if there's anything I can't bring to ISP to discuss, you know, what we need to do and how we need to go about doing it in order to grow our business.
What about the team's support surprised you the most?
I would have to say is the immediate responses, even with the different time zone. We seem to always be able to iterate on projects same day and get feedback, if not that day, the following day. Case in point, this project we were just looking at this morning, we reached out to you yesterday afternoon and had it resolved by 9 a.m. this morning. So
Right.
I feel like, one of the things that we really stand by is that we support our customers' projects until they're 100% satisfied. And we're actually able to do that really well with ISP because ISP shares that commitment. And so, we have, on many, many projects, have had feedback, revisions, clarifications, and we've always managed to deliver. And especially because a lot of these projects are very long term. So we may deliver a project and not get feedback on it until a year later. And yet we can still get back and support that project right away and get whatever kind of revisions or tweaks that are needed in a very timely fashion.
Why did you choose the ISP's pricing over the other options?
The reason I've chosen ISP's pricing over other alternatives is essentially that it's a two-way street. We're constantly in the process of collaborating with ISP to develop our standards, our own custom standards, and then get good feedback on what is a fair pricing on what we're asking for. And I've found ISP to be very receptive when I may say, well, this pricing isn't going to work. There's no way we can sell this. And then we can discuss it and go around on it and find good compromises. Another thing that is really fantastic about our relationship is that we have kind of a set fixed pricing matrix that we have, which allows us to really understand what the costs are going to be before we engage with ISP. We already know what the pricing is going to be. And so that allows us to really accurately quote projects, know what our profit margins are going to be, and be able to really give the best value to our customers that we can. So with other companies that I've spoken to, they typically want to see the project, scope the project, and know exactly what the project is before they even give out pricing. And that's incredibly difficult in my position because I need to quote projects, and before I close a deal, I have to have a price. So I can't change that price after we've done the scanning. So I have to really have a price that I can stick with and know that it's going to be rock solid. And I've gotten that with ISP, and the dialogue back and forth about pricing has always been very open, very transparent, and very reasonable.
That we would love to hear about your overall experience working with the ISP team.
So my overall experience working with the ISP team has been incredibly positive. It's gotten better and better over the years as you have listened to our feedback and made changes based upon what we've requested. I would say that specifically when you came on board, Harshal, everything has gotten so much better because we've had a single point of contact we can talk to, and have very, very clear communication. That's been amazing. And overall, I mean, I consider ISP to be my partner and, an extension of our team. I have really not looked for any alternatives for years, even though I probably get 3,000 calls a year from other companies that are competitors of ISP. I just hang up on all of them because there's no need for me to find anyone else. We love the relationship. We love the consistency. We love the dialogue. We love the camaraderie that we have with ISP, and we really feel like you guys are in it for our success as well as we're in it for yours. And I even consider Mitesh to be somewhat of an entrepreneurial mentor for me. He has really shared a lot in terms of really trying to help me with my business and grow my business, and that's been very different from a typical client-vendor relationship, where it's really much more of a partnership. It's a two-way street. It's collaborative, and I've really learned quite a bit from my interactions with all of you.